So earlier you said it, and you just described it, changing lives. And you've told me a story that I would love if you would be willing to share about the little girl who froze on stage.
This is an amazing story. There was, let's see, this was 3rd grade. There was a young girl that was in my public speaking class. She hated attention on her. She was very embarrassed to talk or to be in front of everyone. So public speaking for 2 months in my class was torturous for her. And each night, we gave 3 talks. The students gave 3 talks. Each night before a talk in front of just like 12 or 14 kids in the classroom, she would have a meltdown at home. She would cry and she would go, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. This is too scary. I don't want to do it. I hate public speaking. And yet she would come to school and she would give the talk, but you could tell she wished she didn't have to be there. Okay, well, if it was hard for her in a small class, you can only imagine how difficult it was when we had graduation day and my room is packed with chairs, row after row of parents, of other students. So it's the day of graduation. So the audience is filtering in, and the 8 speakers or the 12 speakers are sitting against the walls in their chairs. The audience is back here, and as I call each student's name, I also say the name of their talk, and they come up to the microphone, which is here, and then they're facing the audience. Well, as this young, I'm going to call this young girl Susan. As Susan comes in, you can see she's like pale, very white, and her parents asked me to come out in the hall. The mother is already crying. The mother's very sensitive. She said, Joy, I don't know what to do. Last night she had a real meltdown. She's been crying all morning. I don't think she's going to be able to give her talk. And I said, you know what? Let's just play it by ear. I've never had a child who hasn't gotten up to do it, but we'll play it by ear and see how it goes. So the first 4 speakers come up and they did a great job. They got, good applause. They were proud of themselves. They sat down. So now it is Susan's turn, and I have the mic, and I go, our next speaker is Susan, and her topic is the day she cut her brother's bangs while he was sleeping. So she should be standing up now and going to the mic, and she's not. She's like immobile. She's in her seat, and she's not moving at all. So one more time I said, and our next speaker is Susan, and she's going to come up and tell you about the time she learned a big lesson. She's paralyzed in her chair, literally. And when I look at her, there are tears. They're already coming down her face, and I'm going, oh my God, this could really be a big blow up here. What do I do? I'm saying this inside of my head. So I received that guidance that I'm talking about, and I got up and I faced the audience. So pretend you're the audience. And I said, I want you to know that there are many ways that we all get out our nervousness. I said, some of the kids, when they do public speaking, you'll see them doing this while they're waiting, and they'll bite their nails. It's just to help them get the fear out. And I said, and you'll see some of the girls when they talk, they'll constantly flick their hair behind their ears. It's a nervous habit that helps you get your fear out. They're all good ways. And I said, but what you're seeing right here with Susan, she's getting her fear out and her nervousness out by crying, but you all feel uncomfortable because you feel that crying isn't an acceptable way. It makes you uncomfortable. And I said, but her way is just another way. And I said, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to invite everybody in the audience to stand up, including the speakers, and I want all of us to send thoughts from our hearts of love and support and courage to Susan. So everybody stood up in the whole room, and I led them in like some deep breathing. I said, raise your hands and take a deep breath. Blow it out, shh, because I want Susan to breathe, because she's not breathing because she's so scared. So I had everybody breathe and blow it out, shh. And I said, and now just send Susan love. And everybody did. And I said, thank you, you can sit down. And I said, Susan, now it's your turn to go up. And she walked up to that microphone, and with every bit of courage that she had in every cell of her being, she gave her talk. And at the end of that talk, what do you think the audience did? That's right, standing ovation, because she overcame her fear. At the last minute, she did it.